going for Sheba, folks. That's what everyone's doing. Yeah, I do live in Philly, a suburb of Philly now. But I grew up in a little town in Pennsylvania called Oley. It's sorry. It's horrible. There's more cows than people there, really. But, you know, growing up in Berks County in Pennsylvania, I realized you lead a very sheltered life. But I didn't realize that until I took my first trip to New York City. And I'm walking around in a Hasidic Jewish neighborhood, and I seen a Hasidic Jewish gentleman. And the first thought that comes to my mind and subsequently out of my mouth is, holy shit, there's Amish in New York. My girlfriend at the time was Jewish, so you can imagine that did not. I think the relationship lasted maybe 2 months past that. So, I heard Sheba talking about online dating earlier. Anybody do that? Nobody. Nobody. Wow. Yeah, nobody wants to admit to it. That's the key. But I think online dating sites are getting a little ridiculous these days. Where blackpeoplemeet.com? Really? Can you imagine if this white folks put something like that up? Whitemeetup.com. Sounds like we're going to a clan meeting. Where black people meet. Why don't we just call that what it really is? KFC. I do a lot of air travel. I like to travel different places. I like to fly, but I hate layovers in airports. I always end up buying a bunch of crap that I just don't need walking around there. I acquired an entire shot glass collection from airports. I have a shot glass from every single airport I've ever been in. I picked up a shot glass in Utah that said, eat, drink, and be merry, because tomorrow you may be in Utah. Well, thank you. That's a memo that could have been useful to me yesterday, because now I'm just hungry, thirsty, and miserable in fucking Utah. Security is always fun to get through also. I mean, I got stopped in an airport in Denver, Colorado, coming out of Denver. I got stopped for a travel mug. They put my bag through and pulled me off to the side and said, do you have a thermos or something in your bag? But yeah, I have a travel mug. Well, can we see it? Sure. So I pulled this travel mug out, and the guy takes it over and he puts it under the UV scanner rays, because apparently they make bombs that look like ceramic travel mugs now. I don't know, but he's like examining this thing up and down. I'm shaking in my boots. I really am. He hands it back to me and sends me on my way. I'm petrified this time. I'm like shaking. This has never happened to me before, so the only thing I could think of to calm down was I reached into my bag and pulled out my marijuana candy and ate that. Trafficking pot, and I get stopped for a travel mug. We have any dog people here? Cats? I like cats, but really, I think they have ulterior motives, because now, but as much as they lick themselves, they gotta have their own webcam business. I have 2 dogs. One of them has been giving me a lot of problems lately. She chases the Jewish kids in the neighborhood. I think she's taking being a German Shepherd. I didn't want to dress her up for Halloween, though. I wanted to put a little SS uniform on her. But my girlfriend said I couldn't do that, because she said that's not very politically correct. I said, fuck political correctness. I hate political correctness. Ever since they said that illegal aliens are now undocumented immigrants, but I can't call my drug dealer an unlicensed pharmacist?
Yeah.
That just doesn't seem very fair. I take it you like drugs, sir? Oh my God. I smoke pot. I smoke a lot of pot, in case you couldn't tell. A lot of pot. You know, I don't really buy into that whole marijuana being a gateway drug thing. I mean, the only thing pot leads to is Doritos. I mean, I have never once smoked a joint and said, hey, do you know what would go really good with this? Some heroin. Meth? Never. I mean, if marijuana is a gateway drug, there are a hell of a lot of people giving back alley blowjobs for Doritos. Never seen that one happen. I'll tell you what pot does do, though. It promotes safe driving. The state of Colorado was ranked #1 in safe drivers in the United States. Which makes complete sense, because everybody there is stoned. I go out there every year before 20. Yeah, everybody out there is stoned. A drunk driver is going to plow right through a stop sign, take out 20 people, not even remember doing it the next morning. For the stoned driver, he's waiting at the stop sign, and he's waiting for that son of a bitch to turn green. He ain't going nowhere. I've done it while I was in Colorado, going to the grocery store. Horrible. I've done a lot of reading up on pot, and discovered that studies have shown that it actually helps prevent cancer. It kills the cells that would eventually become cancer. So every time I'm smoking a joint, I like to envision a little war going on inside my body. There's all the little cells and all the little cancer-causing agents going after them. And there stands their weed. Thou shall not pass. So what's the next holiday coming up? Easter? Easter? I don't like St. Patrick's Day.
Why?
I broke my wrist one year. The very first time I ever had green beer, I broke my wrist, so now I just don't. Yeah. Easter, though, that's that one holiday I just don't understand. I just don't get it. I mean, let me see if I get this straight. So Jesus was crucified, and 3 days later he rose. But somewhere in between there, a bunny stole a chicken's eggs, colored them, and hid them for all the kids to find. But nobody had the decency to write this date down. Because we celebrate Easter a different date every year. We celebrate Christmas the same date every year. But apparently we don't know what date this happened, because while he was hanging on that cross, nobody said, hey, you know what? We might need to know this. If somebody had just written that date down, I wouldn't have to Google what day I get off of work every year. I do have a full-time job. I make batteries for a living. Yeah. Boy, is that fun. I was duped into taking that job. I really was, because when I took that job, they told me I would get to play with acid. Boy, did I misunderstand that one. I need to clarify that. I have been there almost 12 years, covered in acid every night of my life, and not once have I ever seen a purple elephant. So either the anti-drug people are wrong, or I'm getting gypped. So I've been with my girlfriend for 6 years now. Thank you. I met her on plentyoffish.com. Totally free dating site. You don't have to pay a dime to meet anybody on this site. After 6 years, she will still bitch about my little quirks. I don't take out the trash, I don't paint the house, I don't do the dishes, whatever shit may be that day. And I'm just like, well, you know what? You got what you paid for. You want someone who took life a little more seriously, is a little more responsible, you should have paid for membership to Match.com. I gotta find that on a free dating site. I live with my girlfriend and my mother-in-law, and we have a roommate who's also a lesbian. So it just hit me out of the blue the other day that, holy shit, I live in the lesbian Golden Girls. Yes, my mother-in-law lives with us, and that's a treat. She claims that it's our responsibility to take care of her in her golden years. You know, if we lived in Japan, that would be true. But thank God I'm an American. We have homes. Pack your bag, moms. You're going to Shitty Pines. My roommate's obsessed with the Furbies. You know, they brought the Furbies back. They got the little techno eyes and shit. They're actually pretty cool, but she's obsessed with them and she wants a collection of them. I'm like, why do you want a collection of the Furbies? She's like, well, because they're cute and they make people laugh. Oh, fuck, I'm cute. I make people laugh. Nobody wants a collection of me. I'm Gina Stitzer. That's my time. Thank you.